welcome. Did you get a haircut? Your hair looks really good today. So nice to see you. Come on in, get comfortable. We're going to talk about the Idaho 4 case today. Before we get started with the content though, please help me grow this channel. My numbers are going backwards, okay? That is not okay. Come on, you guys. I know, and thank so many of you for sharing my videos and putting my name back out there, letting people know that I'm back on YouTube. And, but before we get started, go ahead, please hit that like button. It doesn't cost anything. I don't know who you are. It doesn't do any tracking. It doesn't do anything but help my channel to grow. So the more likes that are out there, YouTube will throw my videos out as suggestions to people. And as well as being very important is subscribing to the channel. And then again, just share the videos. You can share them many different ways. So please consider doing that. And I thank you ahead of time for your help with that, you guys. I really appreciate it. My blood's boiling. My blood's boiling. I am so disgusted with the way our country here in the United States gives criminals so many rights to the point where sometimes they are let go and they don't serve any time in jail or prison. I know, it's crazy. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I didn't study law, but I've been involved in some things over my lifetime where I've had 10 years worth of spending time in courtrooms and dealing with attorneys, not because I did anything wrong. I've never been arrested. It's more divorce type of stuff, but I have other experiences with lawyers too. I want to talk about Brian KOHBERGER'S attorney, the female attorney, which adds further insult to injury, in my opinion, in the case of these 4 kids who were murdered by him. Do I have to say allegedly murdered by him because he was arrested for it and he does have a criminal defense attorney? Do I still have to say allegedly because we know he did it? We know he did it. I'm tired of protecting the murderers and the criminals in all of these cases. And sure, I'll just throw out there that most of what I'm going to talk about today are my angry feelings and my own opinions about our judicial system here. As I have said before, my channel is not necessarily a fact-based channel. That's mainly because I talk to spirits, which I can't prove. I am going to read to you straight from the internet some documents from different news agencies of what they are saying. I will give them the credit for their posts, but I'll be reading them to you. And I am very sorry to the victims themselves, their families, their friends, their associates, people who maybe just saw them in passing every day at school. I am getting the chills. I am getting spirit coming in, which honestly, I wasn't planning or trying to connect with spirit right now. But hey, come on in. Come on in, spirit. I don't know who this is yet. I'm going to finish my spiel. If you want to hang around, whoever this is, and put your input. I am here on spirit behalf, always to represent what spirit wants to tell me, which is what they want to share with the world and want the world to know. Ugh. God, I'm so pissed right now. I'm so angry. And I want to say, before I tear apart this attorney and say bad things about her, which I'm going to, I want to speak directly to the family of any victims where your loved one does not any longer have a voice and you're depending upon the law to help you, the lawyers, the attorneys, whoever it is that you're putting your trust into to help get justice for your loved ones. I am not trying to be negative. I'm trying to give you a heads up. Do not trust the lawyers to do the job you want to have happen. You will not be happy. You will not be satisfied. There will not be justice. I'm going to tell you right now, you need to become your own attorney. You need to be your family member's advocate. You better get down to the law library or start researching for your state, for your county, for your city, for very specifically for where your court case is going to be handled for your loved one, as well as wherever the crime happened. You need to become an attorney of sorts yourself, which sucks. My throat's tight because I'm really angry. My throat's like this. It's like this, you guys. I'm just, ugh. And there's so many people that disagree with me. Excuse me. I have bubbly water. So many people here in the U.S. and probably around the world will disagree with me because they want to give all of the criminals rights. Rights. Oh, but that's not the American way. And, you know, like I've mentioned before, people in other countries, they'll murder people and they'll get, 5 or 10 years and then they're back home in their community. Oh, hell to the no with that. Oh, no. So I've just been doing some reading. I don't even know how I got on the subject of Brian KOHBERGER'S new female attorney. And her name is Ann Taylor. Sorry, Ann Taylor, the company. Sorry, Ann Taylor, the fashion company. Yeah, that sucks to be you. Because this Ann Taylor is crapping all over the name of Ann Taylor. Now, one thing I learned is that Brian's attorney, Ann Taylor, who's an Idaho native, she went to the same university that the 4 slain kids were attending. And Ann Taylor was also serving as a defense attorney for Zaina's mom, who has had some trouble. She has some apparently drug habits, which I am not saying that that's cool whatsoever. You should not do drugs. And I am not going to give that person, I think her name's Kara or Kara, I'm not going to give her any kudos for being a drug addict and getting arrested and putting herself in that situation. That's just bad. I am sorry her daughter was murdered, of course. And Zaina's mom still has the rights to have her daughter represented, as well as Brian KOHBERGER is being represented. And this, I have my notes down here. So this Kootenai County. That's the county this is going to be in, Kootenai. I'm so bad with pronunciations, you guys. Anyway, it's a county in Idaho where all of these court hearings and everything's going to take place. The residents of that county, you're very generous because you're paying Ann Taylor $32,000 a month without overtime. She's getting $200 an hour. A 40-hour work week has been guaranteed. So chances are she's going to work more than 40 hours a week. And that's going to be paid at time and a half and potentially double time. So we're looking at a minimum of $8,000 a week. That's a 40-hour work week. 180 hours is a normal amount of hours we would spend in a 9-to-5 regular job. That's disgusting. You are disgusting for allowing yourself, Ann Taylor, to represent this monster. In my opinion, Ann Taylor, you're a monster. Because only a monster would represent Brian Kohberger. You disgust me. You disgust me. As a woman, I don't know if you're a mother, but shame on you. How do you think your kids, if you have kids, Ann Taylor, how do you think your kids or family is going to feel later when they realize what the hell you're doing by representing this monster? He's pure evil. Yes, Audrey, well, it's her job. Well, that doesn't make it right. That doesn't mean it's okay. We obviously have too many rights. Well, karma may get her. Karma's going to get her. Karma does come, and it comes in different forms, and it can work for you or it can work against you. And honestly, as a psychic medium and just looking at this woman, Ann Taylor's pictures and reading these articles about her, I will tell you what Spirit tells me and gives me feelings of she's not a super great person. Yeah, she's not someone I get honestly, I'll tell you, I get Alec Murdaugh sort of vibes from this woman. This woman feels powerful. She knows this is going to take her career places. Audrey, she was assigned. She didn't have a choice. And then she was forced to file court documents to not represent Zaina's mom any longer because of the conflict of the situation. I know that. What does that have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? She started out representing Zaina's mom. She's this big, powerful person in Idaho. I'm sure she has the ability to say, no, I am not comfortable with that. This man killed alumni, from my college. There's a lot of reasons, a lot of things Ann Taylor could have said to not take this case. I mean, do I have to spell it out? Why aren't more people angry about this? Honestly, I know I've known some defense attorneys, and I'll ask them straight to their face, what the hell's the matter with you? Why would you represent a criminal? Because it's a guaranteed job with the county? Well, that's awful. That shows lack of integrity as a human being on your part. No, but they have rights. But they shouldn't. They shouldn't have all these rights. And I've told you from the very beginning of this case, before I even got into this case, when my husband asked me about it, I said, this guy's going to get off because of technicalities, or maybe a report wasn't written correctly or wasn't turned in on time. And this Ann Taylor, let me read some information about her. The attorney, okay, this is from dailymail.co.uk. It's from the UK, but I found it. It's regarding this case. The attorney representing mass murder suspect Brian Kohberger is the Kootenai County public defender who previously overturned a murder conviction after catching out false statement from Idaho police. She got this other case kicked out because this cop lied. So where's the rights? Where's the rights to the family? The family has nothing to do with this cop who lied on the stand or whatever the situation is. The defendant or the victims aren't there to say, hey, screw that. Get that guy out, but don't trash the whole freaking case and throw it out. How is that justice? These defense attorneys are specifically out there looking for screw ups. And as human beings, we're going to screw up here and there at some point. It's easy to do, especially in these kind of cases where there's so much evidence and so much processing of evidence that, oh, shit, so this was processed wrong. They weren't supposed to process it like this. They didn't have the right to do that. They should have processed it like this. So now we're going to throw that out. What the hell kind of justice is this? Ann Taylor, 57, has already sent a team of investigators to the house on Kings Road in Idaho to start a crime scene reconstruction ahead of Kohberger's return to the state. He left Monroe County Correctional Facility at 6 a.m. this morning and was transferred into the custody of Pennsylvania State Police, who are handling his transport back to Idaho. So this part's not new news. Taylor and team of 4 others visited the home where the bloody slayings took place on Tuesday, the same day as Kohberger waived his extradition in court. So I read somewhere Kohberger Hamburger cannot use a insanity plea. So that's good. Ann Taylor has worked for the Kootenai County Public Defender's Office since 2004 and was given the top job in 2017 after John Adams retired. Taylor worked on the case of Jonathan Ellington, who was accused of using his car to run over a woman in a road rage incident. Nice, Ann, nice. Ellington, who was 45 at the time, was convicted and sentenced to 25 years for the crime before having it overturned because of an Idaho police officer's false testimony. At the time, Taylor said that Rise was pivotal in the verdict of Ellington, adding that he had a presence in the courtroom. Fred Rice was accused of lying to the court in relation to the incident, with Ann Taylor representing Ellington throughout. He was later reconvicted of the charges during a second trial after the Supreme Court ruled that Rice lied on the stand. Who in their right mind would take blood money? And that's what you're doing, Ann Taylor. You're taking blood money. Are you any better than the people in Africa pining for diamonds? You're not. In fact, you're worse because you're educated and you still continue to take blood money. That's what it is. It's blood money. You see that blood, Ann, dripping out of the side of the freaking house that the kids were murdered in? Did you see that blood, Ann? You did. I know you did. Yeah. That's cha-ching. That's dollars in your pocket, Ann. And did you know that when you take blood money, the universe isn't going to bless you with it? Good things aren't going to come out of that money. Bad things are going to happen because that money was taken in an evil manner. And you can disagree with me and say, Andre, these people, these murderers, they have rights. They shouldn't. And it's still blood money, whoever's doing the case. It is. That's how it works. That is how it works. That's the karma. So she's going to have to live with herself, and she does live with herself, but that doesn't mean she's having a good life, this Ann Taylor. What public defender could possibly have a good life? Audrey, I know lots of attorneys. I'm a paralegal, or I'm an attorney myself, and, it's just modern day. We're not animals. We're not going to go hang people out in the field. I'm not against that, honestly. I'm not saying that was a bad thing when we used to just do it right there. Go to Texas, okay? Texas has a little bit of a leg up on Idaho. I am begging anyone who's going through a situation like this I'm sorry, but you're going to have to take matters into your own hands. And I don't mean physically, I mean educational wise. I'm dead serious when I am saying go to a law library, go to a university library, Go to your local library, get on the internet, start finding people, start talking to people, because I'm telling you, these defense attorneys are going to come at you. They're going to come at your loved one. They're going to come at the prosecution as hard as they can to win their case, and they do it dirty. Dirty. And it's disgusting. And new laws can be made out of these horrible situations, but I don't care about that so much at this moment. What I care about at this moment is that this particular man gets fried, whether it's by injection, whatever. I don't care. I don't care how he's put to death. When I saw that picture of Brian Kohberger sitting in the courtroom with Ann Taylor smirking a smile at her, I wanted to punch him in the face. I'm not a violent person. I don't punch people. But seeing Hamburger in the courtroom sitting with his attorney and smirking at her, I hope he's shitting in his pants. Kohberger. And Spirit has shown me he's the only one that did it. There was no one else there. This was some freaking fantasy in his head. I'm telling you, watch the videos that he's watched on Netflix and Hulu and Amazon Prime, and you will have a better understanding of his sick mind. Except he's not insane per se. He knows what he was doing. He could stop himself. This isn't a situation where it was some wild, sudden, spur of the moment thing. He planned it. We know he planned it. We all know that. Don't give this man credit in such a way where he's not going to pay the maximum penalty. And again, I will say again, I'm very upset right now. So I am saying stuff in such a way that shows that I'm upset. And yes, it would be difficult for me to actually be a juror who's going to say stamp approval of execution. Yes, that would be hard, but this is where you have to put your emotions aside and go by what the law is. So this is why I'm saying this is what she's doing. This is what Ann Taylor's doing. She's putting all her emotions aside for maybe how she feels about this murderer. Of course she is. She's not focusing on the emotions at all. She's going by the law. And that's what the victims' families need to do as well. And when the jury happens, that's what you need to do as well. Do your homework, though. You would be surprised how much information is out on the internet. They want to jump through hoops and find loopholes. Then you need to find loopholes. You need to counteract their loopholes with your loopholes. They may say, this is a case where, the documents needed to be in on Friday by 5 o'clock. Otherwise, they're immiscible. Well, I found a loophole now that says, despite the fact that the papers weren't filed by 5 o'clock, here's an exception. Be your own attorney, please, for the love of God, for your victims. And again, not that the victims are on the other side wanting revenge. But as human beings, if we don't do something, people are more likely to continue to do this stuff. If every murderer knew, let me have a little fantasy here. I'm going to have a fantasy of my own. Of if you murder something, God or the universe or your higher power would instantly, bam, you turn into dust. That's just my fantasy. Well, how would that, wouldn't that be amazing? Wouldn't that be amazing if we didn't have to have a trial and spend taxpayers, obviously tens of thousands, if not millions in this case, money that could be spent on our roads and the schools and libraries and so many other things of normal, healthy people who don't want to kill you? I am salty today. I am very salty. I'm disgusted. Disgusted. Yeah. When this thing goes to trial and just any future things coming out, you mark my words, you guys, you saltines, you mark my words. You're going to think back to this video and go, oh yeah, she said it. Yep. Can't believe it. Can't believe it's happened. But Audrey said it was going to happen. If this didn't happen, this was going to happen. Disgusting. I'll end on a smile, on a happy note, though. I'm glad I'm not in a situation where I have to be involved with attorneys prosecuting, dealing with that kind of thing from a loved one or anything. I'm very happy and grateful I don't have that in my life right now. But I did want to give you insight. If you are dealing with this sort of thing, please do your homework. So I'll see you guys soon. What's today? Today's Thursday. I'm not sure what my next video will be about. Sometimes I just don't know until it happens, until I feel it. Sometimes I wait for Spirit to tell me what to do a video on. So I'll see you guys soon. In the meantime, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share my videos, please. Thank you so much. Don't forget, 1,000 subscribers means we can go live on YouTube. All right. Ciao. I'll see you soon. Bye.